dear Holmes. What is it tonight? Morphine or cocaine?
Well, I can strongly recommend a 7% solution of cocaine. Would you care to try it?
No, indeed. I speak not only as your friend, but as a medical man. How can you risk such damage to the great powers with which you have been endowed?
I cannot tell you how it clarifies and stimulates the mind.
Yes, and destroys it in time.
My mind rebels at stagnation. Give me problems. Give me work. Give me the most abstruse cryptogram, the most intricate analysis, and I'm in my proper atmosphere. Then I can dispense with artificial stimulants. But I abhor the dull routine of existence. I crave mental exaltation. That is why I've chosen my own profession, or rather, created it, for I am the only one in the world.
The only unofficial detective.
The only unofficial consulting detective. I take no credit in my cases. The work itself, the pleasure of finding a field for my particular powers is my highest reward. You can close that drawer. You have made the wrong diagnosis, Doctor. I have my stimulant here. I hope you enjoyed your week in the country.
It was good for the appetite. Incidentally, I do wish you would ring for supper. What is this?
And I must get ready for my visitor. It came by the Morning Post. Give me your observations.
Well, I mean, it's undated and without either signature or address.
Good. Read aloud.
Dear Mr. Holmes, there will call upon you tonight at 7:45 a gentleman who... Good heavens, we've only a few minutes, Holmes.
Go on.
A gentleman who desires to consult with you upon a matter of the very deepest moment. Your recent services to one of the royal houses of Europe have shown that you are one who may be safely trusted with matters which are of an importance which can hardly be exaggerated. This account of you we have from all quarters received. Be in your chamber, then. Good heavens, this is a mystery indeed. What do you imagine it means?
Well, I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to theorize before one has data. But the note itself, what do you deduce from it?
It's a man's writing.
Good.
Presumably well-to-do. It's expensive paper, this. It's peculiarly strong and stiff.
Peculiar, that is the very word. It is not English paper at all. Hold it up to the light.
Ah. Large E, small g, large P and G with a small T woven into the texture.
And that is?
Maker's monogram.
Excellent, Watson. Come along. Let us consult our continental gazetteer. Your cigars. You see, I was not unmindful of your return.
Oh.
Would you care for some whiskey?
Later, perhaps, when we've eaten.
The monogram is an abbreviation for Papiergesellschaft, which is the German for paper company. And the E.G. Eglonitz Egria. A German-speaking district of Bohemia, noted for its numerous glass factories and paper mills there.
Bohemia? The kingdom of Bohemia?
And the note is written by a German. You see, this account of you we have from all quarters received. Only a German is so uncourteous to his verbs.
So we are to expect a German from Bohemia?
Here he is. Drawn by a pair. A nice little broom. There's money in this case, Watson, if there's nothing else.
Holmes, I think your visitor will want me out of the way.
Not a bit, Doctor. Stay where you are. I am lost without my Boswell.
But he sounded so secretive.
I may need your help, and so may he. Now stay in that armchair and give me your full attention. Here he comes.
I'm sorry, sir, but you cannot come in here unannounced like this. Mr. Holmes does not see anybody without appointment. Sorry, Mr. Holmes. There was nothing I could do.
It's perfectly all right, Mrs. Hudson. If you would kindly leave us and close the door. Of course. Thank you.
You had my note?
Yes. Pray take a seat. This is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson, who is occasionally good enough to help me in my cases.
How do you do, sir?
Whom do I have the honor to address?
You may address me as the Count von Kramm, a Bohemian nobleman. I should much prefer to communicate with you alone.
No, it is both or none. You may say before this gentleman anything which you may wish to say to me.
Very well, I take your word that he is a man of honor and discretion. But I must begin by binding you both to absolute secrecy for a period of 2 years.
Indeed.
At the end of that time, the matter will be of no importance. At present, it is of such weight that it may have an influence upon European history.
I promise.
And I.
You will excuse this mask. The august person who employs me wishes his agent to be unknown to you. In fact, I may confess that the title I've given you is not exactly my own.
I was aware of that.
The circumstances are of great delicacy. Every precaution must be taken to prevent an immense scandal which would seriously compromise one of the royal houses of Europe. To speak plainly, the matter concerns the great house of Ormstein, hereditary kings of Bohemia.
I was aware of that too, Your Majesty.
You are right. I am the king. Why should I attempt to conceal it?
Why indeed? Your Majesty had not spoken before I was aware that I was addressing Wilhelm Gottschalk Sigismund von Ormstein, Grand Duke of Kassel-Felstein and hereditary King of Bohemia, and in passing, the finest duelist in Europe. You have killed 4 opponents.
Honorably.
Of course.
The facts are briefly these. Some 10 years ago, during a lengthy visit to Warsaw, I made the acquaintance of the well-known adventuress, Irene Adler. The name is no doubt familiar to you.
Kindly look her up in my index, will you, Watson? So, I deduce that Your Majesty became entangled with this lady, wrote her some compromising letters, and is now desirous of getting them back.
Precisely so. But how could you know that?
Abineri, Italian General Staff. Adler Irena, born New Jersey, 1858. Is this the lady?
New Jersey, let me see. Singer, contralto, appeared at La Scala, opera houses Petersburg and Warsaw. Retired from the operatic stage, now living in London. Makes occasional concert appearances.
That is the lady.